Hello and welcome. Welcome to our seminar today on hybrid and electric vehicles and how you might be able to train for this at colleges and teach this as a class. My name's Daniel Brown. I'm the manager of the LN Academy, and we're going to have a look at some of the things that you need to consider and to take into account when teaching this, and go into detail about some of the technology as well. Because we've got so many people have registered today, we've gone away from having a meeting where we can interact one-on-one. We now had to go to a webinar because of the sheer number of people that have attended. So if you have any questions at any point, what we have at the bottom of the screen here, there's a section called Q&A. You can enter a question in there. The question will come through and I'll be able to answer that. So feel free to send any questions and I'll try and get through the questions as they come through, or towards the end of the seminar as well. Any questions about the technology are fine. Please let me know. More than happy to go through that with you as well. We're also going to have a look at what the differences are, what some of the things that you might need to take into account when teaching this. Is it safe to have students working on real vehicles and high voltage? And I'm going to show you some of the things that we've been working with as well as far as qualifications. And we'll go into a little bit of detail about that as well. We have a chat function there. Chat is just to let us know where you're watching from if you want, but if you'd like to answer a question, please put it into Q&A. Chat, make sure that it says to all attendees and all panelists as well, and make sure that everyone gets to see what's on there. I know a lot of you might not speak English as a first language, so I'll try and speak slow and clear. But we're also going to record this webinar, upload it onto YouTube, where you can then select subtitles for your native language. So that might help you as well. We're looking at the webinar will go for about 1 hour. If everyone stays around and gets really interested, or lots of questions come in, we can extend that as much as you like if people are interested as well. So more than happy to do that. Okay, so we're going to have a quick look at the technology and some of the things that you really need to take into consideration when you're working with young people who might not have the experience in, especially the college, in the trade school. So, of course, when we're talking about hybrid and electric vehicles, we really need to make sure that the students are prepared when they get to the workshop in order to fix and repair these vehicles. So it's really important that they know what they need to do to be safe, but they also need to know the technology so that they can understand where the problems are, so they can diagnose and repair these vehicles as well. So one of the things that we see here, this is an Audi Q5 hybrid. This is an electric vehicle. It's a hybrid vehicle, and that's also an important, interesting fact as well, the difference between electric and hybrids. Hybrids have a mixture of energy sources essentially. So they also have a combustion engine, but they also have the electric motors as well. If we have a look at this one here, it has a high voltage lithium battery, which is in the back of the vehicle. But the only thing that we can see on this vehicle looking at it is we have a couple of warning stickers here, plus also at the back here is one orange cable. That's all that's telling us that this vehicle is high voltage. So when we've got someone coming from, say, high school, coming directly into their training to start understanding this, this can be sometimes a little bit confusing. How can you see inside the system here? So we try to demystify that, make it a little bit easier to have a look at the separate systems inside that make up a hybrid and electric vehicle.
Daniel, your audio is switched off again.
Yeah, we've had a dropout, unfortunately, for some reason. I'm not sure, but can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, first time this has started to happen. Zoom just shuts down on us all of a sudden, but we'll continue on. Okay, so I'm going to have a very quick look at what qualifications are, because qualifications are actually really important to kind of work out who can work on what type of vehicle. It's something very different for automotive technicians now going into high voltage vehicles. So myself, I'm from Australia. I have a background with Toyota in the workshop, in industry, and it's very important that different people get trained up to the different levels to ensure that they are aware of what they can and can't do on high voltage vehicles. So I'm going to just go through to a PowerPoint quickly and show you what the differences are. So we partner with a very important partner of ours called the Institute of the Motor Industry, and they're from the UK, and they're the only organization that has international qualifications for hybrid and electric vehicles, and they have them for many different areas. So we work with those across many different areas. So you can see here, this is what we do as a company. We design and develop training equipment that is especially used in trade schools all around the world to help get the technology, make it more visible and understandable for the students to have a look at. But what these qualifications are, you can see here the IMI electric vehicle qualifications. They start out at level 1. So this is an academic level 1, and this is an awareness qualification. And you can see this is for people such as tow truck operators or people working at the workshop that are non-technical. So a service advisor, for example, someone that might have something to do with electric vehicles, but they're not going to fix and repair them. There's also a level 2. So in this case, it's called EV 2.1. So qualification in a hybrid and electric vehicle hazard management and emergency and recovery personnel. What that is what we also call like first responders. So firefighters, police, maybe even ambulance drivers that might need to work on people that are inside a trap or trapped inside an electric vehicle. So that's about these people, and they're often forgotten about at this level. So we also really need to make sure that the firefighters are trained, because they're the ones that sometimes need to cut open the vehicle if it's been involved in an accident. Same with police. So they really need to know, can you work on this vehicle? Can you not? Can you just open it up? There's a potential for the